Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Super Monday Night Combat Commentary. And once again we have another tank video, and once again it's on Loco Moco, which is awesome because Loco Moco is my favoriteest map. It's so green and lush. Look at it. Look, there's a fucking volcano. How can you not like this map? There's a little backstory on this map. The match before, actually 2 matches before this, it was me and this guy named Tomac, who's currently on my team. Now what happened was I was combat girl and I led my team in kills and bot kills, and he complained to me that I wasn't healing enough. And then I told him that he wasn't worth healing. I basically said nobody on my team was worth healing. It's the truth. It's a dick move, and I was being an asshole, but it was the truth. I had the most kills as combat girl, which is just absolutely stupid. There's no reason that should ever be the case. And I had the most bot kills as combat girl, which also should, I guess, is okay, but should still not be the case, because there are classes that were way better at it. Do not remember who Tomac or any of my teammates were playing, but I did vastly superior to them. But we lost, so I didn't. And my score wasn't that great. It was the best on the team, but it still wasn't that great because as I was trying to carry the team as combat girl, so I was of course overextending and getting killed by their whole team because she can't really manage both lanes at once because she really needs to just stay in one spot near her kitties and near her teammates to bail her out. But next game, Tomac's on my team. It was on Downtown Spunky. I don't remember what class I went. I went a class that I guess I think I went Gunner because I was trying to learn him. And then he goes, you know what'd be, he types in chat, you know what'd be a real dick move, and then he immediately leaves the match, and I just laugh. And we thoroughly lose because we were down a guy and I was playing a class that I didn't know. And then this match comes and he's on my team again. And so this time I asked him, hey, are you going to leave again? Because what I really want is back-to-back videos recorded of you leaving. Which at the time I had that video recorded. I have since deleted it because it was like a 16 gig file and I just like to keep my hard drive clean. But he said, nah, I think I'll stick around and play the slick style. And so he's Leo, and what I'm assuming he's going to do is never use his heal, which I don't know if he does or not. He may, but it doesn't matter because he's garbage anyway, so he could just go ahead and not heal. This doesn't matter. I'm playing tank. I'm playing my carry class. I'm playing my best class, and so you know what? All's good. Right there he is being a D-bag. He's using his Balestra instead of his Mona Laser because I'm assuming he has no plans on healing. And yeah, so embarrassingly, I'm going to reveal that he places very dead last on my team, and he has actually, I believe, the least amount of bot kills as Leo, which makes him terrible. Leo, you should have the most bot kills, probably almost double your opponents or anybody else in your team, because yeah, that's how he rolls. Now this guy, don't do this. Don't not pay attention and then get wrung out. If you don't want to get wrung out, don't stand so close to the edge. But yeah, that's one thing you want to do is to keep an eye out for people near edges because it's just a really easy way of getting a free kill. Normally, if you want to kill somebody, you have to spend 1,000 years shooting them. But in this instance, I just had to hit the E key and he died. Now right here, was not paying attention, but you know what? I kept track of where Tomac placed his turret, which is what you kind of want to do. I sort of wish that your teammate's turret would sort of appear on your like as an icon, so you could easily find it without having to really know. But I still knew where it was, and so I run away and I don't die from that assassin. And I knew there was an assassin on team. I was just being an overextending dope. Right here, I eject her because I'm hoping that I'll kill. I know there's a bot there, so I'll kill it. And I was also hoping that assassin would be kind of dopey and stick around, because oftentimes what players do, they'll turn a corner and think, phew, I'm safe now. Like, I don't know exactly where they are, and so oftentimes I'll basically just sneak up on them and kill them. And yeah, that's right here. It's me overextending, and there's a million people around, and I was right next to the turret when he grappled me. Despite having my shield up, it doesn't matter. I'm still getting hurt. And that was me being dumb, and I was well aware that they had an assassin, and I should have been playing not like a big fat idiot. Like tank is my favorite class, and it's just because he's really he has all the tools necessary to deal with 1v1 commandos. I'm really terrible against commandos. I really don't like them, fighting against them. It's just annoying. That's the bottom line of it. Like, if you fight an overleveled commando, it's incredibly difficult, and they can pup stomp really hard, and there's not a whole lot you can do about it. Only thing you can do about it is be overleveled yourself and try to keep up with them. at least in other classes. I have a pretty hard time dealing with commandos as Carl. I have a hard time dealing with them as, not really Megabeth. I mean, commandos do shit on Megabeth, but with Shoot the Moon and then you rocket jump, you can get away in a sense where you just run away. Sure, they can chase you, but, I mean, they're going to have to use their mobility tool, they're going to have to use their roll reload, their lunge, and they're going to have to basically drop all their attention and chase you. Right here, I'd wait forever to break the grapple. I should have broke it immediately, but I basically broke the grapple right after I took all the damage, so I sort of didn't do a whole lot. I didn't lose any juice for it, but I should have sort of done it immediately to help get rid of that damage. And now, this is a good tip to do, is that whenever you see somebody running away, and they're really low health like this guy, and right before the enemy Leo, is to, even during an anti-fight, is to chase them, assuming you have teammates up there, and even if you don't, if none of anybody's on your team is going to Annie, you should just go back to your base to regen health. But if your team's kind of on the ball and you have 1 or 2 people going for it, then go ahead and pick off any stragglers, because what's going to happen is they're going to run away, they're going to buy Regenadol, and they're going to be back in the fight in mere moments, and that just makes it harder to get the Annie. What you want to do is you want to chase them down, and you want to kill them, and that's what I did to the Assault, and that's what I did to the Leo. And then right there, it was 3v5 in the Annie fight. We probably would have got it anyways, regardless of how many people were on the prowl, because my team seemed relatively competent in getting the Annie and just sort of being there. Like, really, all your team needs to do, like, anytime I want to get the Annie, all I really feel I need is my team to be there. And right here, I helped this Assault not die. I basically blocked some rockets, and I almost died in the process, so that guy better be fucking grateful. But yeah, like, anytime I'm tank and my teammates are just near the Annihilator, I feel like we're going to get it, because I just need them to have more than one target, because if I'm the only target, I'm going to take a bunch of damage, and I'm going to get pooped on. And right here, I'm not afraid of this Blackjack, because I killed the little gremlin, and I'm going to pick up the churro, which is going to mitigate its damage, and I'm going to get a product grenade, and that's going to help me kill it. This guy, being a dope, getting backdoored, he's getting, I guess, snuck up on by a tank, and now he does the smart thing, like 1,000 years too late. He tries to teleport back to his base. He should have done that as soon as I charged in Death Blossom. That should have been running right at there to hit it. I could have stopped him by grappling him, but he could have easily ran over and then and hit it again. Now right here, I wait for this guy to come up here. I thought, oh, he's gonna come up here. He doesn't. I'm like, oh no! But he dies from burn damage, so I still get the kill. Killing some dudes, and right now, I think the tank is pretty good at pushing people out of the jungle if there's not more than one person. If there's more than one person, it's a huge pain in the ass. Right here, I get into a little bit of trouble for just sort of charging that Assault, when I should have kind of kept it, because he was running away. If somebody's running away, don't charge them unless you're certain you're going to charge and then Death Blossom, and that's going to kill them. Because what you're going to do is you're going to get, if they're running away, they're running towards their base, and if you charge at them, you're charging at their base, and you're not going to kill them. And so if another enemy shows up, you know what, it's a 2v1 and you're way out of your element, and now you're going to take damage. Now don't be this guy. This guy, he jumps right over me, and then, like I'm not going to know where he's going. Like, he just jumps over me and goes, oh, well, I guess that tank, oh, I just tricked him. Like, if you get spotted in that instance, don't go down there and try to grapple the fucking combat girl. Especially whenever you see that she's got a big glowy purple outline and she's got juice. Now, right here, he really had no chance. He does the smart thing at the very beginning, and that's run to his turret. But I've already charged him away from his turret. He was already at like 3/4 health, and then I burst damaged him down to about 1/4. And so he was in no position to do a whole lot of nothing. And that's his fault for overstanding, and that's his teammates' fault for not helping him push. Because he had pushed our fucking bots really hard. And he did it by himself, because Leo's amazing at bot pushing, but his team is incompetent at helping, so he gets the kill. And also, as whenever you're a tank, it's nice to pick on the squishy people, because they're really easy to kill, and if you pick on those guys, then you can get yourself over level. That's one of the things I need to focus on more, is that one of my problems is that I see everybody, and I'm like, I'll fight everybody, and then I don't like tend to focus on the squishies. I oftentimes will try to focus on the defender, and that's usually because they're pocket healing a gunner, but that usually doesn't work, because the gunner's like, hey, I see you doing that, so stop it, and he shoots me bullets and I die. But yeah, if you want to dislodge a gunner, do not dislodge the gunner, dislodge the support, because the support's just going to be constantly mitigating your damage on the gunner. But the support is nice and squishy, and a lot of burst damage will take him out pretty good. And if he's just been pocketing a gunner, he's probably going to be relatively underleveled, so it shouldn't be too hard of an ordeal. Now, this guy's going to have to retreat to base, and it's not that big of a boon. I mean, the Mega Best's pretty quick. So the amount of time it's going to take her to go to base and then come back is not a whole lot. Now this guy, he gets burn-nated, and I'm like, okay, you're gonna get ray-gunned. You're gonna get railgunned, but it didn't work. But he dies from burn damage anyways, because I think he was super under-leveled. I'm pretty sure I'm way over-leveled on everybody. An over-leveled tank is pretty OP in my opinion. Normal tank is not OP in the least, but over-leveled tank is OP. But I mean, name some class that when over-leveled isn't OP. I guess maybe some of the defenders, but their turrets are pretty fucking annoying whenever they're over-leveled and you're not, and they have it like max skilled. This guy being a doofus, doink, get knocked out. If you see a tank and you're near an edge, you gotta be ready for the charge, because that's what's gonna happen. That's a little jingle I like to sing to myself whenever I ring somebody out. I don't really, but I kinda just made it up on the spot. But let's just pretend that I sing that jingle, and then, yeah, that's what happens. And this guy jumps down like a dope. And then Leo, who has no business being in the anti-fight, decides to be in the anti-fight. He should be pushing lanes, not using his drill copter like it's a fucking assault bomb or a goddamn junior with no homing capabilities, but that's what he decides to do. This guy thinks he's gonna buy with me right behind him. Instead of just shooting the shit out of me while I'm standing still, he decides that he's gonna run up and press F like that's gonna fucking work. It doesn't. He gets knocked off the top. Now, I decide, usually what I like to do is wait, save my juice for breaking grapples, but in this instance I'm like, you know what, fudge that shit, because there's lots of folks, and oftentimes what happens is I'll save it for grapples and nobody grapples me, I get low health, I pop it, and then it does me no good and I die. So I'm like, I'm gonna pop it early, and then hopefully scare some folks away and hopefully do a billion damage. And I like that assassin just kinda, you know, gives me a little helping hand and jumps off the edge and kills herself. Now, I very slowly just sort of like take a nice little stroll all the way back to my base, because our assassin is dead and not doing so with their incredible mobility. So I'm the one who's got to do it, and this guy's telling me to buy some jackpots. I'm like, yeah, I don't have the money for that there, genius, otherwise I would. This guy's nice and low, so he's going to get boom death blossomed. What a dope. He should not have been there. I don't know what Central Strawberry was doing, but he sure was overextending like a motherfucker this whole entire game. I don't remember how he does, but he probably was like in carry mode, because there's no other reason. Now this guy right here, oh, that turret, and I just throw the product grenade right through the turret. I don't understand. I miss like a million product grenades, and I get annoyed because some of them they go right through bots and shit, or like I just miss by like a hair. I'm like, come on, what the fuck, dude? And I just get kind of annoyed. Sometimes I hit amazing product grenades and I get all pumped, but oftentimes I miss really easy ones. I feel like a stupid. Like there's a huge jackpot, and it's the size of like a fucking building. It's a 2-story building, and I miss him. I'm like, oh, he's so big. He's like Godzilla. I can't hit Godzilla with a softball. Like, ugh, what an awful guy I am. But here I'm distracting this turret so it doesn't shoot my bouncer and it doesn't shoot any of the bots. And then I kill it, and now these guys are like, oh no, the turret's gone, so they back up. And then I hear, this is important, guys. This game sound is very important. I hear the assassin fighting some folks. Now I look up to see, oh, and it's the blue assassin. So I initially I'm like, do I need to help? And then I don't, because the assassin just jumps away, jumps onto the jump pad to the annihilator and runs away. And I would say game audio is very important in this game, incredibly important, because there's a lot of really annoying things that happen with the audio in this game that sort of is the same thing that happened in Black Ops, where like you'd be reloading your gun and your character would yell, "Ah, reload my gun, enemies!" And so everybody in the world would know where the fuck you were because you were reloading your goddamn gun. So yeah, that's kind of in this game. So anytime your character says anything, everybody in the fucking universe can hear it. So you know, you upgrade a skill, and then you're like, I wish I had these skills when I fought the Balloon Master. Guy had a goddamn balloon for everything I did. And I hear that shit. I find out where the source is coming from. You know what? You get Death Blossom, you get Charge, and now you're a very unhappy Spark who had to run his mouth when he should have just kept it shut. Now here, Essential Strawberry finally gets the fucking message and decides to run his ass all the way to his turret and teleport. Good for you. Now right here, I do a whole bunch of no damage to this turret because there's some fucking bug or some shit. So I'm shooting it, no damage, and then I death boss him, and then eventually the fucking bot kills it for me because for whatever reason I was shooting a bunch of blanks. I think that's some sort of glitch in the system. I'm pretty sure people are well aware of it, and and by people I mean Uber, so they're gonna fix it. So yeah, take a chill pill. And now what am I doing? I'm up in the jungle because nobody's gonna fuck with me in here. I'm over leveled. I'm gonna shoot these dudes. I'm gonna get some armor. I'm gonna get some churros, and now I'm gonna go all the way and try to backdoor some guys. This guy's under leveled by 2 levels, and he's gonna take 1 billion damage. He's gonna switch to his Balestra, shoot it, and do what little he can, and he can't do a whole lot, so he's gonna die. He sort of basically, at that point, he resigned himself to death. He's like, oh no, I got snuck up by a fucking tank. I'm gonna die. And then he did, so. Yeah, that's one thing is that one thing I'm really bad at is not overextending. And you will hear, that's how I die all the time, is that I'm like, oh, 3 enemies. It's time for death. Unless I'm playing a class that's relatively mobile. And even then, if I get grappled, it's done games. It's GG, son. Especially if I'm a oh my god, a jump jet character, because while the jump jets are pretty amazing, they're pretty shit for getting away from grapples, because the jump is kind of got a little bit like frames on it. Like for example, like in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, like Bowser's jump is like, I don't know, it takes 9 frames for him to jump, but like a character like Sheik takes 3 frames. Alright, so there's 6 additional frames that Bowser's on the ground, and those 6 additional frames means he can get grabbed. Like, you can't get grabbed in the air, but you can be grabbed on the ground. That's the same deal, where it takes forever for your character to sort of get off the ground because the jump jets are nice and slow. But other characters with just jumps, they can get off the ground, so it's a lot easier for them to avoid getting grappled right after being grappled by jumping, because essentially your opponents have a harder time timing it. And right there, the Megabath didn't learn her lesson. She jumps up, and she gets thrown off, and instead of going, you know what, I'll find another way to get up there. It's not like I can rocket jump. So instead of doing that somewhere else, she decides to come back up again, and guess what happened? She got charged off the map because she's a big stupid. Yeah, if you're near a character, alright, here's what you need to do. You need to go, alright, where am I? I'm near an edge, alright. Does this character have a means of getting me off the stage? Yes, don't go over to where the character is. It's like, oh, there's a spark standing near an edge. Should I run at him? No, because he'll flip switch me. And then, oh, look, you've just used your brain and decided to play like a non-stupid. That's what you need to do, guys. And that comes with experience, and it comes with common sense. And, yeah, I mean, the more you play, like, if you're very nervous about playing this game because you're bad, don't worry about it. Like, you need to play to get better. If people say, oh, you're feeding or whatever, just try not to. Watch some videos, try to learn some stuff, but don't be afraid of people being assholes to you. That's like a really stupid reason to avoid doing something. Like if you want to play this game, but you're afraid people are gonna yell at you, then just tell them to go fuck themselves. Because yeah, they should. It's just a video game. It's just for fun, guys. So I mean, and you have to learn sometime. Right there. I do a very bad job. I tried to poke the money ball, which is something that our fucking assassin and Salt should have been doing. What you need to do, I don't remember the time limit. I think it's every 30 seconds. But if the money ball has 30 seconds to get up off the ground after the first time it's dropped, and if you do damage to it, it basically resets that timer. And so 30 seconds after the money ball stopped taking time or stopped taking damage is when it will go back up. So what normally will happen is that an assault will bomb, jump, fly over the fucking walls and tap the money ball with his little assault. Just go pew, 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 shoot it a little bit, or the assassin will jump in, hit it with a shuriken, and then jump away, and that resets the timer, and just keep doing that over and over. It keeps the ball down. But my teammates decided to be really not to know that. I mean, they just didn't know it, which it's not really that common in knowledge. Like, it's not uncommon knowledge, but it most certainly isn't like in like a tutorial. It's just sort of a gameplay mechanic that you need to be aware of. So I can't really fault them for that, but keep that in mind, guys. Again, if you tap the money ball, it'll stay down, and you don't have to keep getting bots into it. As soon as it goes down, you need to be tapping it and keeping it down. Now right here, I'm going to taunt, and I'm going to yell at Tomac for being a shithead, because he was playing in the Enforcer last match and doing a bad job of it, and I'm telling him, see, you kill folks, and then they die, and then you taunt them. because that's what you do when you play an enforcer, not when you play a defender. I shouldn't have been doing all those kills. I should have been healing, but I didn't heal because, yeah, they weren't doing anything. So, take that, Tomac. Anyways, that's this gameplay, and